Live streaming is on.
Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is April the 19th, 2020. Strong hand. Buy and hold. Golden age. Long-term thinking. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Offended by selling. This is where the big boys play. Don't FOMO on alts. No fancy sets or graphics. All right, dudes. Hello, my elite friends. How you doing today? Check out yesterday's Beyond Bitcoin show. This week in Bitcoin, also Friday, disruptmeister.com. David Bennett was on. Brecky Von Bitcoin, Stefan Lavera. It was legendary. It went long too. It was like 80 minutes. So disruptmeister.com, Twitter, I'm TechBalt. I'll be tweeting out lots of good stuff tomorrow. I only tweeted out a few good things today, but it's always good. We'll talk about that. We got a lot to talk about today, actually. Here's the subjects of the day. We have another DeFi hack in the D-Force. D-Force was supposed to be such great DeFi, right? Don't blame the boomers. Bcash update. So many people are in motion. We're going to talk about them. You've got an incredible opportunity to make some money under the table because of all the scared people out there willing to pay brave people for all sorts of services. Singapore is crypto-dividend friendly. So you're going to hear about all of that in a second. Wanted to give you the topics before we started today. Try something different. So the Bitcoin halving is in 22 days. And in this world we're living in, there are like no more physical events, sporting events canceled, parties canceled. Everything in person is freaking canceled. So they're virtual events, okay? But I hope that in May, we're going to have some real physical events again and bring back baseball. Come on. But as it stands right now, the biggest event of May, and the only major positive story out there, because all the stories revolve around this freaking virus. People are tired of it. So this is an opportunity for Bitcoin because the halving is a huge story. It's a positive story. It is an event. This is how we should be spreading the word to the people. Are you tired of all that virus news? Yes. Everyone is saying yes. Many people are tired of it. Well, learn about Bitcoin. May the 12th. Supply is getting cut in half. It's the event of May. It is a positive event again. So if you want to get that closer to normal again in your life, learn about the Bitcoin halving. It's linked to below. You tell them that. 22 days. It is linked to below. You can see the countdown clock. But no, this is a very good opportunity here. For us. Let's look at the positive side of things. Everybody's obsessed with this virus. This is a time for Bitcoin to break that monotony of people's lives. Like learn about something new, a real event in May that you can celebrate at your house or go outside and you can be part of it and you can learn about it and you can change your whole life. Bitcoin halving 2024. All right. So yeah. And you can tell people it's the only positive event on the planet because there are no physical events anymore, apparently. I find positivity in everything, okay? In everything. When I was outside today running, I did my sprints today. Beautiful. I saw the people walking outside, people walking their dogs. You know, I parted the Red Sea on the sidewalk, you know, grown men jumping off the sidewalk as I run by. It's unbelievable. Pound that like button. But yeah, huge marketing opportunity for Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't have a marketing team. We're Bitcoin's marketing team. So hey, there's my advice. And here, even Doug Casey knows. Doug Casey's tired of all this virus stuff. In his free newsletter that I for some reason get at one of my email addresses, are you ready for May 2020? Says the headline. A big event is happening in the world of cryptocurrencies in May. It happens every 4 years. You could call it the Bitcoin Olympics if you like. This event is called the halving. Okay, whatever. That sounds corny. Bitcoin Olympics. I'll call it that. It's hey, you can't have your regular Olympics this year because everybody's so freaking paranoid. So have the Bitcoin Olympics in May. It's just like what I was saying. It's an event people can get behind. People want some other news besides the virus propaganda that's out there. And of course, in the Bitcoin world, we've got plenty of news. You come to this show every day, you get new news every day. You get a new show every freaking day. Rocky Palumbo is in motion. He gave his Bcash update. I linked to it below, but he gave another one right when I was about to go live. So this is what he has to say about Bcash. Bcash chain is very unstable. For about a day and a half after their halvings, they had about half the normal inflation rate. When their difficulty adjusted, they went from more than quadruple inflation. The real Bitcoin doesn't do this. And then again, you can follow him at Bitcoin Ascent on Twitter. It's linked to below. He has one that's updated. Again, he just tweeted out a few minutes ago another one. So yeah, blocks are coming real fast on Bcash, then blocks are coming real slow on Bcash. The funny thing is that most people in cryptocurrency don't even care about that kind of thing at all. They're just like, what's going to be worth more tomorrow? Tell me the altcoin flavor of the month. They don't care about things like that. Anyway, Bitcoin's a lot more reliable. Every 10 minutes you get a block. All right. Basically, that's a good thing. Now, here is a link to someone made this. It's pretty funny. The Declaration of Monetary Independence. Actually, it was Citizen Bitcoin. Brady made this, and he copied a lot of us on it that are on Twitter, a lot of us Bitcoin people. It's pretty funny. It's linked to below. Today, April 19th, was the day the Revolutionary War started, apparently. And then tomorrow, April 20th, 420 is a lot of bad things happen on 420. And of course, a lot of people will do a lot of bad things and then wonder why their lungs are destroyed and why they get some. Okay. Anyway, personal responsibility is the new counterculture, dudes. So Twitter can be awesome. You're reading Rocky Palumbo. That's awesome. That's awesome. You're reading some Tone Vays. That's awesome. Vortex. That's awesome. But then there's most of the time, okay, people get into these petty arguments. And it's a waste of time, and it's mostly trolling. And so out there, I noticed on Saturday night, I didn't mention this on Beyond Bitcoin, but all these people scapegoating and blaming boomers. And come on, dudes. The boomers didn't cause your problem. Take personal responsibility of your own life. It's sickening. I can't take scapegoating. Compete, don't complain. Compete with the boomers. Do better than the boomers. If you think the boomers did a bad job, then do a better job than them, okay? And some people are saying, trying to make fun of the boomers that are in Bitcoin. I welcome boomers into Bitcoin. I welcome everybody. My grandma's generation into Bitcoin. Like Craig Ship's father is over 90 years old, like my grandma. He's in the Bitcoin. He interviewed me a few years back. So everybody is he's beyond boomer. He's World War II type of dude. Well, he's a little younger than that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. The point is the scapegoating. People just go on and on. Come on, dudes. If you got a problem with the boomers, compete with them. Don't blame them. The hate of the boomers, it's a waste of your time. You can't change the past. And you control your own destiny. And they are welcome in Bitcoin. No, you can't kick anybody out of Bitcoin. Again, anyone, that's the beauty of Bitcoin. Anyone can own a Bitcoin. If a boomer owns a Bitcoin, that's helping you, dude. Unless you don't own any Bitcoin. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's, again, if you own a Bitcoin and your worst enemy buys a Bitcoin, that is great. That's great for you. That's the beauty of Bitcoin. So Singapore announced, and this is a CoinDesk article. I usually don't talk about them, but they won't tax airdrops or forks if you get them for free, which of course you get them for free. You get if you own Bitcoin, you get crypto dividends for free. You get airdrops, you get forks. It's beautiful. And Singapore, a very modern, wealthy nation that I have been to before, quite humid there, I must say. But if you're a white guy there, I mean, you get a lot of respect on the streets. I got to say, it's quite odd. But the point is that they are not taxing crypto dividends when you get them, and perhaps other glorious Western nations will follow their lead, because other Western nations haven't been very clear about, you know, what they think about crypto dividends in terms of taxing stuff. But again, right now, Western nations aren't collecting like any taxes anyway. So I don't think they're too worried about like the dude who got like 2B gold and didn't pay taxes on it or something like that. If that's the law in their country, they've got some bigger things to worry about right now. But we're going to get back to normal eventually. And I am glad that Singapore has, you know, set the tone there. Come on, Western nations. Follow Singapore. Follow Singapore on that crypto dividend ruling there. Here. Crypto news needs to stop spreading the idea that any of these protocols are decentralized. Now, this dude is talking about DeFi. Oh, yeah, there's been another DeFi hack. They're not. They're centralized businesses that time and time again are shown to have exploitable code. How many more examples are needed? So, I mean, that's a great summary. People are enthused about Ethereum because you can do decentralized finance on it. But what it boils down to is a bunch of companies that create these schemes / programs. Scheme that's got a bad feeling around it, bad connotation around it. But no, what it boils down to is they're all centralized. They are the code. It might not be perfect. There are keys behind them that individuals can steal stuff from. Okay, Chris Black is a huge DeFi fan, and he points this out also. So DeForce got hacked. Okay, DeForce got drained of its Ethereum or Bitcoin or something, whatever it had on hand. It wasn't Bitcoin, it was Ethereum, I guess. And this was but the funny thing is, on the 14th, we had this guy, Kyle Samani, who's very well known in the space. And on the 14th, just 4 days before this horrible thing happened to DeForce, he said, DeForce will onboard millions of users into DeFi in the coming years with strong local partnerships, integrations, and a hyper-focused go-to-market strategy. So that looks horrible now, okay? So, I mean, it just reminds you that their flavor of the month DeFi companies out there, in 4 days, they can be destroyed. This is risky stuff, okay? But I say let the dudes keep innovating in DeFi. There are all sorts of traditional finance gambler types that want to be into this, lock up my crypto for me and give me interest on it. I love that idea. They're saying, okay, great idea. So look what happens. It gets locked up and then all of it gets stolen. So it really wasn't that locked up, was it? But Block Crypto has a story on it. So yeah, the decentralized finance protocol DeForce has lost over 99% of its assets in an attack Saturday night, according to DeFi Pulse. Lending protocol lendf.me saw some $25 million in Ether and Bitcoin exit its wallets late Saturday and early Sunday, and its money market pool was attacked. LendF is one of 2 protocols supported by the DeForce Foundation. Okay, all sorts of trendy little names in there. And again, there's all sorts of nice buzzwords in there. But when you boil it down to it, dudes, you're turning your Bitcoin into Ethereum to get interest on, and then it can all be stolen like that. So, hey, we just talked about crypto dividends in Singapore. Keep your Bitcoin in your Trezor, collect your crypto dividends. That's how you get freaking interest in this space. Pound that like button. Let me see. Let me check out the chat real quick to see if anybody's questioning. No, we got Jim is up. He's up late tonight. I know Jim enjoyed the shirt that I was wearing. We got New Zealanders in the house. How you guys doing? And it's funny, Rocky is not in the house, but maybe Rocky is in the house. Who knows? Sometimes he's silent out there. All right, but we're going to talk about other people that are in motion. Oh, Rocky's there. He says, I'm a boomer. I own Bitcoin I mined Bitcoin for 5 years. I ran Bitcoin meetups for 19 months. I run 3 Bitcoin nodes. People shouldn't lump all people of a certain age together. Pound that like button, brother. You know it. You know it, Rocky. And you were in Vegas with me in February, baby. And it was great to meet you there. But again, no one should be scapegoating anyone. Be productive, people. Be productive. Be in motion. Come on now. Be in motion. Okay. Good to see. So we're going to talk about other people who have contacted me, who've got things to sell in the space, who are in motion. Maybe you're going to want to buy their books, et cetera, et cetera. But first, let's talk about the current world that we're living in, where there are many, and when I was running today, I thought about this. There are many people out there, they're very scared. They're very scared, but eventually business is going to be pretty normal again, but they're still going to be in their houses and scared. Now, if you're healthy and if you're brave, these people will pay you for all sorts of services. I don't know. Maybe they'll pay you to shop for them. Again, there's a lot of young people that say, I don't get enough extra cash. This is a way to get some under the table type of money. Okay. Get these people to pay you in cash, get them to pay you in Bitcoin would be even better. But I seriously doubt if a person is scared to leave their house, that they're going to even know about Bitcoin. But there are going to be opportunities out there because of people that are freaked out unnecessarily. So I know there are a lot of clear-headed people, young people, healthy people, brave people, whatever you want to say out there. This is your time to be an opportunity for opportunity. Okay. And I don't know what examples are going to be out there. Maybe, I don't know, pick somebody up at the airport for someone that's scared to pick up their friend from the airport. I don't even know. I don't know. You've got all sorts of, there are going to be all sorts of options, all sorts of services you're going to be able to provide for the scared. Okay. So take that into consideration if you're young and you're entrepreneurial. I was just running today and thinking about that. And with that extra money that you make, spend it on Bitcoin, okay? But put at least some of it in the Bitcoin because it will increase in value. Because do not valuing your wealth in fiat in this day and age, probably not the best thing to do. Right before the Bitcoin 2020 halving, right when the United States is going to do UBI probably soon, trillions are being printed all the time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so one guy out there that is before I get to this, I skipped something. I know. No. We talked about the event of the year, the event of May, which is again the halving. That is the biggest event. Spread the word that way. The Bitcoin Olympics, whatever you want to call it. Now, so yes, we're having a wealth transfer from the scared to the brave. That's the way I want to look at it. So be brave. You're gonna be able to take advantage of this wealth transfer. I mean, there's always people complaining about these wealth transfers. They're not benefiting them. It's going to benefit you, dude. It's going to benefit you. All right. Now we're going to talk about the people who are in motion that have contacted me. I just lost my place there. Fitting in is overrated. Of course, fitting in is overrated. Now, there's a guy out there named Nadav Zimer who's contacted me before. He's a really smart guy. He's a teacher in Manhattan or in New York City. I don't even know if it's Manhattan. And he's a physics teacher, I think. I don't know why. I mean, I guess he's such a do-gooder. He needs to be a teacher. I mean, he could be a freaking physicist if he wanted to. This dude is smart. The point is this. Education is in the digital age. How we get there. This is a book of his, okay? So he's obviously into education. I mean, he's dedicated his life to education. And so he wanted me to read his book. He wanted to send his book to me. And I said, dude, I mean, you can't even send, I don't even know where I'm going to be in a month. I don't have a physical address. You can't send it to me. He offered to send it to me over, my phone, or I don't have a phone. I don't read things over Kindle. I don't have that stuff. So I do like to have physical books. I've shown physical books before, but I don't know where I'm going to be. I don't know where you can mail it to me. My point is this. He says he mentions Bitcoin in the book. It's linked to below on Amazon. You can buy it on Amazon. It's linked to below. He says it's great. Education in the digital age, How We Get There by Nadav Zymer. And again, he says Bitcoin is mentioned in it. So I will take his word for it. He's a smart guy. And if you're interested in education in the digital age, how we get there, then yeah, look at his book, read his book, buy his book. Actually, you can give a review on Amazon and he'll give it to you for free or something. I don't. It's linked to below. Contact him. Ask him about it. All right. So, but he's in motion. So dudes who are in motion that's got legitimate products, I'm going to talk about them. WhiteRabbit.store. He has a Bitcoin Genesis block bookmark that he's selling there. Okay. WhiteRabbit.store. You're a Bitcoin dude. You're selling something Bitcoiny. There. Go to it. That's good. He's in motion. I think, all right. And I hope I didn't skip any in motion people. The government put 23 million people out of work and then convinced you to pay for it. That was a tweet out there by Todd Hagopian. And the government put 23 million people out of work and then convinced you to pay for it. Well, it didn't convince everyone to pay for it, but they're not, most people are sheep and aren't protesting that, oh my God, you caused this situation and now you're printing up money and destroying the dollar, the value of the dollar, really, more so than usual. Destroying people's savings. Those people aren't complaining at all. So yeah, in a sense, you convinced all of them to pay for it, but you mean they're just scared. So anyway, it's a funny tweet. And right before the show, what was Adam listening to? Jethro Tull, Cross-Eyed Mary. That got me pumped up. So I linked to it below. It's a good song. They were a good band. And Jim says, Bitcoin is a transfer of wealth from the complacent to the in motion. Pound that like button, Jim. That is a great way to freaking end this show. Bitcoin is a transfer of wealth from the complacent to the in motion. So, hey, dudes, transfers of wealth are going on all the time. Get Bitcoin. You're going to get into one of them. And then again, if you're some young, healthy dude and there's some paranoid person living near you, you can get on that transfer from the paranoid to the rational, healthy people. All right, Kiwi bloke down in New Zealand says he loves Jethro Tull. I also noticed they loved AC/DC down there. Obviously, AC/DC is Australian. All right, and AC/DC, I believe, had a concert in New Zealand when I was there in December of 2015, I believe, or was it January of 2016 in Auckland? I just remember I was out one night and I heard these people blasting AC/DC on their radio. Yeah, and AC/DC was playing they were in New Zealand then in 2015. They're old. I mean, yeah, but they can still rock it, apparently. All right, I'm Adam Meister. I'm talking about AC/DC, Jethro Tull. Clearly, the show's over. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Look at that nice shirt. You can get shirts like that, linked below. Pound that like button. Bang that bell button. You get a new show here every day. I'll say hi to you dudes in the chat. Thanks a lot, everybody. Stop live stream now.